130 on Jet.
We were all blinded. We're all blind. Oh my god, welcome to blind.
Garage 130, 130 on her.
Blindville, population us.
Why do I crouch, dude?
Yeah, she's here, she's
There's
here.
1 HP, 1 HP on the Rears.
Okay, they're both there. 81 to Brim.
You fought well.
They're low.
One enemy remaining.
There's one.
Yes, he's so good, dude. He's
There
so
he is.
good,
The
man.
Bucky's back.
He's back.
It's just left clicks now.
It's all left.
Hello everyone, this is no longer your daily dose of Shock and Sage since they nerfed the Bucky in patch 2.06. Here are my thoughts on the Bucky changes. The Bucky is in the same state as the Stinger, and not worth a buy unless you are on defense and play super passive. The Bucky is now considered a decent shotgun, and instead of right clicking, you should always left click. The patch notes are on the screen, and you can read the reasoning RIOT has for altering the Bucky's right click. Makes sense since the Bucky was too powerful due to the one-shot potential. However, the Bucky did require some skill to use in terms of positioning, timing, and quick flicks for aiming when playing aggressively. The main takeaways from patch 2.06 are the right-click nerf, spread decrease for both the left and right click, and the damage change for the pellets. First off, the right click now shoots 5 pellets instead of 15, after traveling 7.5 meters, which is a huge nerf to the Bucky. Instead of being able to reliably one-shot people, you now must have pinpoint accuracy to the head and optimal distance to get a one-shot right-click. I'll be diving into the damage numbers shortly. And the optimal distance for the right-click is now 8 to 10 meters compared up to 15. You must aim at the head and pray that your spread is perfect and at least 4 pellets hit the head. The left-click is now reliable in getting a one-shot at close distance compared to the previous patch. This change for the left click will make it more difficult for attacking teams and will require them to use a lot more utility in clearing corners and close quarter areas. As for the right click, the spread decrease is a slight buff, however due to there only being 5 bullets, it really does not matter as much since you'll just tag the enemy and they can kill you. Now for the juicy part. Here are the changes to the damage numbers from the previous patch to patch 2.06. Major changes are the damage at close range, and the damage change beyond 8 meters. From 0 to 3 meters, there's a nerf to damage, but a buff from 3 to 7 meters. From 8 to 12 meters, there's a slight damage nerf, but a buff right at the 11 to 12 meter mark. And any damage beyond 12 meters is the same. I created a simple calculator to determine how much damage you can do based on pellets and body location you hit at various distances. And while the Bucky can do damage to enemies past 20 meters, I did not include those numbers since you would not be using a Bucky at that range anyway. For left clicks, you still want to aim at the neck area to optimize your damage output. You can one-shot enemies very easily even if they have full armor. For opponents that are further away, you'll most likely take 2 left click shots assuming at least half your pellets hit your opponent for each shot. As a reminder, the right click shoots out a canister that explodes after 7.5 meters. To make it easier, I rounded up to 8 meters, and I include an extra column called right-click shots, which indicates how many right-clicks it takes to kill someone, assuming every pellet hits the enemy. With the right-click, you need to always aim at the head for the potential to one-shot, since it takes 4 headshots or 3 headshots with 2 body shots. Even with the spread decrease, you should try to always crouch your counter-strafe, as the spread is worse while moving and jumping. The right-click is also very good against eco-rounds since you're able to one-shot since people don't buy armor. At its current state, I would never buy the Bucky on attack unless you know the enemy team plays aggressively and you catch them off guard to get another gun. But at that point, you might as well buy a shorty instead and save 700 credits. I would recommend to always left click and hold close angles. If you want to peek, you have to jiggle peek really well to get a right click, and otherwise you can shoot the wall, and if your body is out for too long, you can take unnecessary damage and potentially get killed, which is why I never recommend right clicking anymore. However, the right click can also be paired with Viper, since enemies take 50 damage instantly when going through her abilities, which will allow for a one-shot potential. While Riot nerfed the Bucky to the ground, I can see them making some slight changes to the right click in the future, such as increasing pellet count. However, with the current state, left-clicking enemies is still the way to go, and you can tilt your opponents since you must play like a rat. The downside though is that there's so many abilities in this game to clear out, so it is actually really difficult to play shotguns. And finally, what this means for this channel. I originally started with Valorant tip videos and was able to grow rapidly with Shock and Sage. However, Shock and Sage is essentially dead at this point since the Bucky is not good. The previous video is sort of an April Fool's joke. I'm not quitting Sage since I have started getting better at her walls after spending time in customs and binge watching Grim and Full Ascending videos. And I also plan on playing other characters and will try and go for Radiant eventually when I have more time available to play. With Sheriff Sage, the series will probably come to an end since the RR gains are small and it will take a ton of games to hit Diamond. I also don't want to throw people's games by going Sheriff only. I'll be trying to make a ton more videos, so stay tuned for that, and I appreciate all the support that I've received over the past few months. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Smoking screens. My smoke's out.
Oh my god, one's playing behind the box ramp. He got the Bucky, Nice. One was vents, one was vents.
Good shot, Rachel.
I think one's mid. Wait, one more vents, I think. Oh,
wait,
my sound is weird, my sound is weird.
Oh, one's ropes.
One more.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the shotgun Sage, baby!
They're being pulled.
Remaining.
Nice job. Did my thing do anything to them, or were they?
I think it was, no, you made him vulnerable.
Oh, okay, nice. That's good. Okay. And then we hit him with the.
First one.
Hyper close.
I need
Oh, sorry,
to
Quark.
spawn.
Oh, you got to kill with that?
Oh, no, it's worth.
Yeah, door.
I did not know.
That's
My
something.
bad.
Can you
My bad.
Did you see it's pink?
Oh, in it. She's OG.
She's in short now. We're still long.
Hit six. Hit for 6? Yes. Oh, I got fucking stunned.
I need to fix my hair.
Thank you,
They're
sweetie.
seeking them out.
Wait, both are B players. Oh, my life.
She's long. One's garage. Last guy's E.
Let me flash you. Okay. No one.
You have our. Actually, never mind. Fuck it.
You got Molly, bro.
I'm joining. Hold on. Smoke it? Carry him for this. Yeah, both.
Two
Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Hey,
Damn it, I thought it was tucked.
they knew. Yeah, I killed 2 people. I killed one and I also damaged one from my
I'm about to say.
They hyped me. I was there.
He just glides across the ground.
Oh god. Wait, I don't know if you realize what you sucked Austin.
He disconnected.
This guy.
Oh my
It's over.
God.
It's over.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, that's funny.